like I look forward to doing them, and I feel like I'm getting better every time, and I'm always like looking forward to it. But after it's done, I'm like, all right, cool. What's next? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
let's go.
what can I do better? What can I do this? Can I do like I'm always like trying to strive to make little steps better in whatever I do. So the fact that you did the same thing, like, all right, cool, like that was dope. Like for somebody to be like, yeah, that shit is dope. I fucking won my first fight. You're like, man, I wasn't even gonna fight like a month ago. I just was like showing up. And the fact that you did whatever you needed to do and win, and then like, so talk about like going through your amateur career and then leading up to when you decided to go pro.
So first of all, the coach over there, well, Hugo Sira. So he was my coach for a long time since I was 10. So he's known me since I was 10, just like Michael Diaz here. And so um, they had me train for a full year before I even stepped as an AMI. Like that was the commitment to show, are you in it or you're not. So when I said yeah, I committed myself to a year before I had that first AMI fight. And then from then on, in that same year, I fought 5 times, and I went 5-0. And in between, I was doing grappling competitions and all of that stuff. Um, and then, I had a little layoff.
Mhm.
Um, it was a little hard to find me fights after my last fight in that um at the end of that year. I don't know why or whatever. Just fights fell through. I ended up getting like a offer at Tough Enough, and that was my first amateur loss. I lost to Vanessa Demopoulos, who's a veteran. You know, right now she's in the UFC um, through an armbar. But again, it's my first year and a half of fighting, um, and uh, and after that, then I took a long hiatus from fighting again. So it was kind of weird. So Miami and my pro career was super weird because I was on a streak, and then everything just kind of slowed down, and I really didn't even really decide for myself if I was going to go pro. Again, that was all in the hands of my coach at the time. So he decided I would go pro after a year from that loss.
Mm.
So it was like a weird sort of period.
Yeah, and the in between of, I mean, putting your body through, training, the regimens, the eating, and then leading up to fights. I just a lot of people don't understand, or they think they understand that you have to mentally, physically be ready, right? And then the fact that you did so much in a short period of time, all of a sudden you took that year to get ready to do that, and the fact that your support and your team was like, all right, you can go pro. And at the time, even though you're like, oh shit, it's been a year, but when you did go pro, what was like that feeling of like, all right, cool, like this is just another day, or just something you look forward to?